Trash Talk Tailgate.
Strong right slot, Z right. Spider 2Y banana seal.
You're going to call it like it's your favorite play you've ever gotten in your life.
What up, football world? It's your boy Riley, the voice of the most electric football podcast that's ever hit airwaves. From here to kingdom come and back again. Riley Puddin' Peters. And my partner in crime, the one with the football mind. It is defensive backs quality control coach at Louisiana Tech University, Preston Rowe. And this is the Trash Talk Tailgate. All right, man. So off the top, I think probably one of the funniest things that's happened in college football in maybe the longest time ever is the current saga that is Lane Kiffin and him potentially taking with the Auburn job. What was it?
Auburn, yes.
Auburn job.
Yes.
So
the Auburn Tigers. So
first and foremost, we have this. Preston, are you on the stream?
Yes, I am.
Cool. So we have the tweet from John Sokoloff. He's going to Sokoloff a lot of dicks eventually because he fucked this one up.
Oh, he did, dude.
Breaking. Hashtag Old Miss head coach Lane Kiffin plans to step down as Rebels coach Friday and head to Auburn to become the Tigers' next head coach, according to sources. Sources say the Tigers haven't officially offered the job to anyone yet. So Lane to Auburn is happening. Story soon. Okay, just first, this right here that we're looking at is Lane Kiffin. This fucking bar right here is blocking. This is Lane Kiffin. That's news to me, John. Nice sources. Sources. Yep. Sources. This motherfucker in sources. But like, let's just get down to just straight grammar or like just straight like context. Sources say the Tigers haven't officially offered the job to anyone yet. That is a sentence. It's in here.
Yeah.
And he concludes, so it's fucking happening.
Yeah.
They haven't offered the job to anyone, therefore this dude definitely has the job. That is not good logic, John.
No, it's not.
Sokoloff.
It's not.
You need to sockle off a little knowledge from a fucking logic book, dude.
I mean, I guess what he's saying is that Auburn, like Lane Kiffin is their guy, and there was no coaching search, whatever. It's just if Lane Kiffin wants it, it's his. We know we're gonna offer it to him.
Yeah, but
but
that's not how you say that if that's your thing. I'm just talking about this tweet. You read this tweet and the words in this tweet literally just counter themselves instantly.
Yep.
It's crazy. So, Lane Kiffin, being the beautiful troll that he is,
he's such a dude.
He whips this.
Immaculate.
He whips this out.
He is.
I mean, this is printed and then taking.
He typed it up. And
he typed it. He typed it. Went, put in a fucking did a good job with this. Printed it and then took a photo of it with his fucking phone. That's what it looks like.
And put it on his official Twitter account.
It's beautiful. So what this is, it's a picture and it says this just in breaking news. John Sokoloff, once again the reporter that reported this tweet of WCBI News in Starkville, Mississippi, which is where fucking Mississippi State is, right?
Yes, that's where Mississippi State is.
Yeah, okay. And, John Sokoloff plans to step down as lead anchor and head to hashtag WLOX to become their new lead anchor. Sources say WLOX hasn't offered the job to anyone yet, so John to WLOX is happening. Story soon. And I mean, that's just fucking beautiful.
Just think about what we just read to you.
I mean, he just word for word just using this dude and anchoring instead of head coach. It's so fucking beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
And then, okay, so this is what you haven't seen yet. You ready, Preston? Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. I don't think I've seen this yet.
This picture is also from Lane Kiffin's official Twitter. For those of you that are only given the audio and not enjoying this on YouTube where you can see the video, one, it's a damn travesty. But two, what we are looking at is the meme. If you've ever seen the meme of the guy like throwing the piece up in front of a dude's grave. This comes from Lane Kiffin's official Twitter, though. I mean, this is probably one of the most savage football coach moves. I mean, social media wise, probably ever. He just roasted a goddamn news anchor, literally showing him essentially burying his career.
This is the equivalent of somebody getting tarmacked in the media.
I mean, honestly, that's the truck stick right there.
Lane Kiffin knows all about that.
And so, this is just, fucking Lane Kiffin, man. What a fucking troll, dude. What an absolute hero to the internet community and the football internet community for giving us this goddamn moment and just absolutely sitting Sokolov on his sass.
The thing about Kiffin, though, is that, obviously he's a known troll. Like, now because of this stuff, we don't know what to believe. He could be pissed that it got out that he's going to Auburn, so he's trolling the reporter who reported it. Maybe he wanted to tell his kids first. He could be pissed that that the dude just got this completely wrong and now he's just shitting on him for it. We have no idea. It could be anything with Lane Kiffin. He could just be trolling just to troll. Like, that's always a possibility with Lane Kiffin. So we just really don't know. But I do want to talk about something though, Riley.
Yeah, what's up?
Let's just say, the trolling aside, like it's immaculate. That's all I can say about it. It's so beautiful. If this turns out to be true, and Lane Kiffin does leave Ole Miss to go to Auburn, what do you think of that? Like, do you think that's a good move? Do you think that that's a bad move? Like, what do you make of that? If this turns out to be true, and we have no idea if it is or not.
Yeah, so Lane Kiffin, Auburn. I guess Auburn thinks they need something different. The way that coaching turnaround has been in the past few years has been kind of fucking crazy to me. And I think that's a real fucking fact. But, I don't know. With Lane Kiffin, it's always, you kind of got to see, because he always starts strong, but I think the troll always gets him in the end. I'm interested to see if he's even going.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
You have to give Lane Kiffin this. He's one of the best, if not the best, offensive mind in all of college football. I do think that would work to some level at Auburn.
Oh yeah, he can get the talent to make his shit work there. That's not it's just,
he had Ole Miss ranked.
I feel like every time he tries to take a step up in his coaching career, he always, something happens and he gets knocked down again. I'm hoping maybe this is the time after a couple of those, he's ready to fucking actually put his foot down and take a program. Cause where he's at now is good, but Auburn's fucking Auburn. That's a legendary name, that's one of those names in football where you're like, oh, fucking Auburn. And, they really haven't been living up to that glory in the past, truly almost decade, just consistent wise. They've had a few really good years in there.
They're very inconsistent.
Yeah. Not a lot of consistent success. And I know that's probably irking their school leadership in athletic department and all that kind of shit. I know that the fact that they're not having consistent results on the football field is definitely irking them. Will Lane Kiffin provide those consistent results? We'll see. I hope he does, because like you
I-
said, he's a great offensive mind. I like watching Lane Kiffin coach teams, but
Yeah.
they're really, I mean, it's not always the best result. That's just the truth.
I mean, it's Auburn. The other thing that I worry about is just, will Auburn boosters, like, because as we see, like, he is a troll. He has no problem fucking putting people in their place when necessary. Auburn boosters, and we'll talk about this later, Auburn boosters might be some of the most toxic in all of college football. Like, they had a coach that had a winning record against Nick Saban, who they play every year, and they fired him. Obviously, I'm talking about Gus Malzahn. And Auburn said, no, it's not good enough. And now look where they are. 2-3 years later, they're right back looking for another head coach. So Lane Kiffin, he dealt with some of that at the University of Tennessee when he was the head coach there. I don't know how that dynamic would work there at Auburn. Like, and plus, like I said, you've got to play Alabama every year. You're in the SEC West. Obviously, Ole Miss is in the SEC West, but they've got different expectations than a school and a program like Auburn. Auburn thinks they should be winning and competing for national championships. Like, no, that's just what they think. Ole Miss, the expectations aren't like that there. So I feel like at Ole Miss, he gets a lot more leeway for, like, this past weekend losing to a not great Arkansas team. Yeah. I mean, you can win 10 games at Ole Miss every single year, and they'll build a statue for you. At Auburn, you get fired for winning 10 games a year, which is fucking insane. But
there's also something to be said, and we'll also cover this later. But there's something to be said between playing Alabama every year, like Ole Miss does, and being Alabama's rival.
That's true.
And taking that rival seriously.
Yes.
Like, those are two different fucking things, He and that's kind of the thing that always got me about them, like, so forcibly getting rid of Gus Malzahn, is like, was pretty good against fucking Alabama. I bet you one of the things that they told him when they hired him was like, honestly, we just really want you to beat Alabama. If you beat Alabama, we'll be happy. And that motherfucker's done that. And they were like, it's not good enough. We lied.
No, I mean, because, like, they beat Alabama, but, they're winning 8-9 games a year. Like, and Auburn's like, no, we should be better than this. It's like, well, the SEC West it's a bloodbath. Got Alabama, LSU, Ole Miss, Auburn. Like, Arkansas is a good program now. Like, you've just got so many. Mississippi State's another program now with Mike Leach. Like, you've got so many just really talented, really good teams, in the SEC, but especially the SEC West. So I feel like Auburn, they've got realistic expectations for what they feel like they consistently should be. And I don't know if Lane Kiffin's going to want to deal with that. I really have no idea. But it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. It will be, and that's kind of what I'm saying is, like, I know Auburn's trying to hire for consistency. That's what they've been missing, is consistency. And Lane Kiffin and consistency isn't spelt like a K, spelt with a K, so I don't know if it goes with Kiffin.
True. It's a good one. That is a good one.
Yeah, but we'll see. But no matter what, man, him absolutely sitting a fucking reporter on his ass, I appreciate that any day of the week.
It's so powerful. It's too powerful.
Yeah. It's Tampa too powerful.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Well, enough about kissing Kiffin. I think it's about time to show respect to the baddest motherfuckers on any field, any day, anytime, anywhere. It's time for Big Riley's Bub of the Week. And this week, my bub is defensive tackle John Ridgeway of the Washington Commanders. If you thought that bub of the week was only going to be offensive line, well, me and you and everyone is now bamboozled because I've got to bring some fucking thunder with this. So I will set this up for all of those, once again, tragically not watching on YouTube and seeing the video.
Go
Washington,
watch YouTube.
Go watch the YouTube. We'll links in the description.
Subscribe to YouTube.
Please do. So Washington played the Houston Texans this week. And
blew them the fuck out, too.
They did. Well, their defense blew them the fuck out, that's for sure.
Yes.
Captain ODU had an alright game, but the defense really showed up. And this is one of those plays. Now, he was flagged for unnecessary roughness on this play, but Washington defensive tackle John Ridgway suplexes a running back from the Houston Texans. So we're going to watch it now. And down.
Holy shit.
I mean, that's a gut wrench suplex.
It's like WWE type shit.
Oh, full WWE type shit. So, I can't help but go, fuck to the yeah to my man John Ridgway for that, because that play right there is beautiful. We talk about powerful. We talk about being fucking dominant. I mean, my man just eats and repeats a big fucking slam on this kid. So yeah, I mean, this one might be short, simple, and to the fucking point, but defensive tackle John Ridgway, you are the big ugly bastard of the week. Brought to you specifically by the voice of the thing, Big Riley. And, keep slamming kids. Fucking take the penalty. I'll take the 15 yards and the momentum.
That's wild, dude. I hadn't seen that. That's crazy.
So how do you feel about that? I haven't seen that. How do you feel about it? How does it make your jinnies tingle?
I mean, that's fucking wild. I mean, I can see why he got flagged. I mean, personally, there's nothing illegal about what he did, but I can see why the refs were just like, oh, we've got to flag that, just because it's just so...
Yeah, it's also about when the whistle blew. They blew the whistle really quick, so most of that is after the whistle. That's why it was a penalty.
Oh, okay.
If they would have if they wouldn't have blown the whistle as quick as they did, it's not a penalty. He just fucking picked him up. He set him down safe. The announcer is also such a cuck, because the announcer's like, oh, he's picking him up. That's dangerous. Fuck you. We're big guys. We know how to pick people up and put them down.
Yep.
Fucking... I don't know John Ridgway, but I know John Ridgway. That motherfucker has picked up and put down probably 1,000 people in his fucking life. I mean, seriously, I understand you could drop him on his head. It's all about safety, but don't be such a bitch. Let my big man eat. Let him fucking... You see Zeke fucking shoveling cereal in his mouth like a goddamn 12-year-old high on sugar. And you can't let my fucking big boys get there and get a little fucking WWE 2K22 action. Dude, just wanted to be fucking Jack Swagger.
Yeah. I mean, dude, but he didn't just eat the fucking cereal, though. He ate the whole fucking buffet, dude. He fucking...
Oh, that was a fucking full American... That was a Denny's Grand Slam doubled down.
Yes.
And he ate the whole thing without taking a poop.
I mean, it's just... Oh. God. As a running back, that's terrifying.
Yeah, you don't want to run at that motherfucker.
There's nothing you can do in that situation. You just have to pray.
I think this segment of Bub can also be broadly given to the Washington Commanders front, because that is just an intimidating group of guys to run against.
It is.
I mean, there is, it's really nice the way that they formed their front now. Because John Ridgway's an excellent example of what I'm about to say. There's some guys that didn't have that big of a name that are there that are now really stepping up and making nice plays.
Yep.
I mean, once again, sure, that play was a 15-yard penalty, but the momentum that it created stifled the plays after it. I mean, so as a coach, I mean, I don't know, you can give your opinion on this, but like, if I was that coach, I'm like, I'll take the fucking momentum, because momentum is better than yards sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely one of those hits where your entire sideline is just fucking jacked.
Yeah.
Like, they see that and they're just like, holy shit, let's fucking
the fans too.
go. Yeah.
The stadium, yeah. And now there's obviously a line, and I think that line is, you kind of get there with like someone like Ndamukong Suh, who's going through a lot of controversy in his NFL career for just being a general dickhole for various reasons. Yeah, he's just a stinker. He's a little stinker. But he does some shit, like every once in a while the shit that he does like helps his team, but then there's some times where he's done some shit that hurts it. So it is a fine line. I'm not saying, every time you get a chance you pick a dude up and slam it down, but that was one of those times where it worked out pretty fucking well.
Yeah.
And for that, John Ridgway, you are Big Riley's Bub of the Week.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Congratulations, sir.
Yes, sir. You worked hard, and you put in the hours, and you studied the WWE film to learn that move, and I appreciate that. I'm a wrestling man myself. Wrestling. All right, buddy. What's next? We got everyone's favorite segment.
Bruh.
I'm so excited for this, guys. We've got the bruh of the week, and it's just one, guys. And let's be real, if you haven't been living under a rock, then you probably know where I'm going with this.
It's Zach Wilson, folks.
It is Zach Wilson.
Duck.
Oh my god.
Bad decision.
I mean,
ooh, and this isn't Zach Wilson. This right here, this is the entire motherfucking Jets special teams unit.
yes.
Okay.
It's tied 3-3 with 24 seconds left.
Oh my god. And the Jets punt the ball on 4th and 3 with 24. I mean, field position wise, I understand, because this is one of those, like we talked about last week, like, fucking team going for it deep in their own zone. So essentially, if they don't get it, they just gave up a field goal and lost the game.
Yep.
So the punt here is respectable, but
you've got to cover.
Here it goes.
You've got to cover.
My boy gets it.
It's a good punt.
It's a good point. There's some dudes there. He just runs around and is gone. And cuts down the middle. Bam. There's the punter. He's gone. He's fucking wide open. That may have been a block. That was close to a block in the back right there. So that's
it was.
Gotta be careful
in that situation.
Yeah, but you gotta be careful of that. I'm just talking
Yeah.
that dude needs to be careful of that.
Oh my god. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so fucking them motherfuckers just absolutely fucking cheesing. I mean, he just throws absolute ducks all fucking
you
game,
have the screen?
man.
Did you guys see the screen pass that he threw?
Yo, I saw, dude, that fucking individual video, just no one's fucking showing. No one wants to fucking talk about that screenplay because my man's just missed, and we just feel bad.
But so guys, just for some context, the Jets lost 10-3 to the New England Patriots on Sunday, and if you don't know anything about the game, it doesn't seem that bad. But then you factor in the fact that Zach Wilson, second-year quarterback out of BYU,
he is a Mormon. He is the Mormon mom lover.
Yes, 100%. Completed 9 passes the entire game for a grand total, a whopping total of 77 yards.
Hashtag 77 forever.
Yes. Oh my God, you bitch. Anyway, and so after the game, the defense held the Patriots to 3 points. Zach Wilson and the offense didn't do jack shit to help them out at all. After the game, Zach Wilson was asked, do you as an offense feel like you let the defense down after they allowed only 3 points to Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots?
No, absolutely not.
He just straight up said no. He said no, and then he walked off.
He did wipe his nose first, too.
He did. He also, if that's not bad enough, and that's fucking atrocious, and I'm about to fucking go off on this, he also blamed the wind. He said, guys, it was really fucking windy. Come on. Guys, did you not see the wind?
One of the clips I got, someone had him, and they were like, so was the wind as bad as it kind of seemed like it was? And he was like, yeah, the crosswinds, man, they were just hard to tell, but it was just hard to zip the football in there, it was just hard to read the winds.
Yeah.
And I was just like, dude. I mean, he did say, in the clip that I'm talking about, he did say, I've got to find a way to make those throws. But you're in the NFL, motherfucker. You should have already found it.
He also, the wind, okay, we get it, it's windy. But you can't really use
stadiums do have really terrible crosswinds.
Yeah, that's true.
But you throw in NFL stadiums for a fucking living.
But, the winds, okay, maybe you can accept that as not an excuse, but just, maybe as a reason why they didn't play so well on offense. So you consider the fact Mac Jones, the Patriots quarterback, Patriots' second-year quarterback, taken in the same NFL draft as Zach Wilson,
has figured out how to throw into wind.
Yeah, he threw for 246 yards in the fucking wind, in the same conditions.
They swapped sides of the field. There's no way you can't say they didn't throw in the fucking same winds.
No, he literally threw in the exact same winds. He also, Zach Wilson, if no one saw this, he blamed his receivers. He said, guys, I missed some throws, but my receivers also did things that they weren't supposed to. Bro, no. You don't get to fucking say that.
Yeah.
It is year 2 for you now. You have to accept responsibility at some point. You know why fucking people love Joe Burrow and love Josh Allen and love Tom Brady and love Patrick Mahomes? Whenever they don't play well, they're like, yeah, we didn't play well today. I didn't play well today. Zach Wilson straight up said, no, it's not my fault. It's not my fault when the defense fucking gave up 3 goddamn points to Bill Belichick and you can't score a fucking touchdown? No.
Yeah, man. My man's been sucking on too many mommy milkers. He's been consuming too much of mommy's milk. He's got a little bit of a fucking ego going on. He needs to stop banking MILFs and fucking throw some goddamn footballs.
And here's my other thing. I was never a fan. I'm so pissed about this, dude. I was never a fan of Zach Wilson when he came out in the draft. I liked Mac Jones. I liked Justin Fields. I wasn't sold on Trevor Lawrence just because of all the talent he had around him at Clemson, but he was better than Zach Wilson.
He's kind of proven himself this year, but let's keep going.
Yeah. No, 100%, But everyone, and this drives me insane, everyone compared Zach Wilson, he's got the ceiling of Mahomes. He's got the ceiling of Patrick Mahomes. He can throw off his back foot, he can throw it sidearm, he can, extend plays out of the pocket, throw it on the run, all that crazy shit. But no one actually looked at can he just play quarterback? If it's a fucking flat route, can you hit it? If it's a fucking dig route over the middle, are you going to sail it or are you going to hit your receiver right in the hands? Riley, you didn't even show this play. There was a play, his first interception. There was nobody within fucking 10 yards of the DB. He threw it right to the DB, the fucking safety. Nobody within 10 yards of him. And
it was the wind's fault, Preston.
It was the wind. Oh my God, you're so right, dude. It was the fucking wind. It
sailed that ball 7.5 yards off a target.
You're right. It's the fucking wind. Anyway, I mean, just nobody, like, stop looking at everyone's ceiling. That's great if you can fucking hit your ceiling. But the issue is, what is your floor? What can you actually do?
What's your fucking basement?
What?
Where is your basement?
Yes,
that's the fucking question.
Yes.
Zach Wilson, sure, he has the ceiling of Patrick Mahomes, but he's got the basement of fucking Rex Grossman, dude.
Oh my God, dude.
That shit ain't even furnished. It's got fucking dirt floors.
I mean,
his basement was in coal country, West Virginia, baby. It's trying to survive tornadoes.
I've been saying this shit. I mean, me as a Virginia Tech fan, I saw this firsthand. Logan Thomas, sophomore year. You know, everyone's saying, oh, he's going to be a first-round draft pick. Fucking Mel Kiper. I hate Mel Kiper. Fucking, oh, he's going to be a first-round draft pick. He's got the arm talent. Dude fucking couldn't throw. He couldn't throw the ball accurately. Like, yes, it's great to have a huge arm, and it's great to be athletic enough to extend plays with your legs and all that shit. Can you throw the ball accurately? That's what quarterback comes down to. When can you just hit a receiver? You just calm the fuck down, and you just...
Tom Brady can't run for shit.
No.
He's the GOAT.
Peyton Manning couldn't run for shit. Fucking Drew Brees couldn't run for shit. Drew Brees is the most accurate quarterback in NFL history. Like,
you gotta put a little spec on Drew Brees. He ain't quite fucking Manning Brady.
No.
Nah, Manning can't even run if he had to shit, dude.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm just so... And honestly,
good old Pay peanut butter.
Zach Wilson, I'm sick and tired of that kid. Like, you know, hopefully he figures it out. But, like, as a Jets, if you're the Jets right now, you've got an issue. The Jets have done everything right. They've got a lot of really young talent. They've got Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner. They've got fucking, you know, Jermaine Johnson. They've got, like, a lot of really solid pieces to build on. They had... you know, a really solid running back in Breece Hall before he got hurt this year. They've done a lot of things right in terms of drafting and general managing and all of that. They've got Robert Saleh, the coach. I think he's really fucking good. They just don't have the quarterback. And
I don't know. I think you're missing something.
What?
I think there's something that organization hasn't done yet.
What's that?
They haven't figured out how to stop the wind.
You're right. Oh my God, dude. Once they stop the wind, just...
Once the Jets organization scientists figure out how to put a stop to those pesky fucking crosswinds, Zach Wilson can go back to throwing bombs and fucking moms.
Oh my God. Just, dude, once they stop the wind, just, it's over. You know, fucking, you thought the Patriots were a dynasty, but in all seriousness, like, they have a lot of really good pieces to build on. They haven't figured out the quarterback. And the quarterback hasn't figured it out either. You cannot say, oh, we did nothing. Like, it's not our fault. You cannot continue to point fingers and blame other people for your shit. And as the Jets, they've got a problem because if you don't bench Zach Wilson and send a message to his fucking entitled ass, because that's what he is. He's entitled. No one's ever told him no. He's never had to deal with adversity or controversy in his whole life. He's entitled, he's spoiled, all of that shit. And he acts like
it. Stacy's mom said yes to him. And that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking wild, you know? Whatever. But as a Jets organization, if you don't sit his ass down, you're going to lose that entire team. Like, the coaching staff is going to lose that team because the team's like, look, we're trying to win right now, and you guys are going to fucking babysit his spoiled ass? No. That's unacceptable. And as a coach, that's unacceptable. No. So, Zach Wilson, I hope you figure it out. I don't think you will, but I hope you do because, the Jets can be really fucking solid if they just figure out the quarterback. Zach Wilson, you are the bro of the week. Fucking the wind. Really, dude? You're going to blame the wind? Fuck you.
Yeah.
God, just pisses me off. Just pisses me off, Riley.
God pisses him off, too, for all those fucking wins, dude. Well, this is why you don't trust a Mormon to quarterback your team.
That's true.
Anyways. Well, for any of those who do or don't know, this week in college football is something pretty special. It's rivalry week. Yeah, that's it.
It's
this
huge.
is the week where most of college football's biggest rivalries come and culminate as the players take the field in dramatic, electric environments that are just, these games are truly different.
Yep.
Sometimes there's a clear lopside and all that and that, but at the same time, there's never a year where you can just take these people lightly. And I think everyone that's ever played sports just in general understands like rivalry just hits different.
Yep.
So with that being said, this is rivalry week wrap up, baby. We're in this bitch.
Yep.
So first and foremost, we're going to lead off with the one sad one, and that's the one that's kind of most nearest and dearest to me and Preston's heart personally, and that is the great Commonwealth Cup, the University of Virginia versus Virginia Tech. This one was unfortunately canceled due to the tragic shooting of three University of Virginia football players a few weeks ago. And, just dealing with the aftermath, it was decided this game should be canceled. And, that's a rough one for both teams, for both of the fan bases, the schools, everything. This is a big game every year, and even when both teams are trash like this year, it's something for us to all look forward to, because we got to find out which one of us is the fucking diamond in the rough and which one of us is just the rest of the scruff. And so, it is a rough one. Once again, TTT wants to give all of our condolences to the families and those personally affected by this, and just the University of Virginia community as a whole. And I can't wait for next year to where we actually get another Commonwealth Cup. But for now, I think we can all rest easy with the peace that we'll give for that one. So, with that being said, we're gonna move on to another one that's near and dear to me. As you can see, the gear I'm wearing, the fucking CLEMSON, we're going to win. TIGERS, Clemson Tigers versus the University of South Carolina Gamecocks.
Oh, my God. Okay, so you can say that, but I can't make a UVA joke? That's fine.
You can't use if you listen. You can't make a UVA joke this year. How about that?
That's true. That's true.
that's just this year, okay? Just this year, okay. Yeah, no. So this one, I think a lot of people coming in would say that Clemson's a favorite, but I think especially after last week and what South Carolina did to fucking Tennessee, it's no longer that clear of a shot because, this Clemson team can obviously be defeated. I think that's Notre Dame kind of showed that there's some chinks in the armor.
Yep.
But with that being said, I never doubt Dabo Swinney's ability to adapt. And I think if there's anyone that I would trust in when you have a situation like what's happening with Clemson, where honestly the hinging of the problem seems to kind of stir around the quarterback play. Dabo Swinney he's doing his thing and trying to figure it out. I will say, I actually think that the fact that Clemson's power is their run game might really benefit them in this.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, it seems that South Carolina does better against pass first teams. So I just, my big hope as a Clemson fan is that run game early and strong, and just we can get some success early on the ground and snowball that into bigger and better things later in the game. But yeah, I think this game is gonna be a good one. I fucking hope so, with all my heart. And by a good one, I mean 40 fucking blowout for the fucking Clemson Tigers.
But Riley, you're missing something huge, and I'm not gonna let you just gloss over this though. You fucking Clemson loving ass.
Okay.
South Carolina's coming off their biggest win, maybe in program history.
I mean, I did mention. I guess I didn't give it that much grandioseness,
but the momentum that carries into a game
is real.
It's real. So
I mean, I said that made this game different.
Yeah.
Up until last week, I think everyone would have said that fucking Clemson is the odds-out favorite to win this game.
Yeah.
But now, after last week, that's up in question. I said that. Okay. I didn't just let that go. I didn't let it go unsaid.
I just don't think you gave it the respect that it deserves.
Well, they don't. Them cocks don't deserve my respect.
Oh my god. Okay. Anyway.
But yeah, I mean, and this is real. I mean, momentum, I just said how important it is, and like, I do think it's important, and they're going to be riding a fucking clown. Sorry, not a clown, a cloud coming into the game. So we'll see.
Yeah, and then obviously the game, it's just called the game between Michigan and Ohio State.
Let's do the Iron Bowl first.
Okay.
Let's do Alabama, Auburn.
Okay.
Because that's another classic. This year, it isn't what it can be in some years. I know everyone that's a college football fan knows that every once in a while, the Iron Bowl ends up being one where it's like winner takes the ACC or the SEC West. So it's probably not going to be that, or it's not that this year, but it is.
No, because LSU's already clinched it, but it's still a huge
game.
No,
it's not this year, but it's still a great game. It's always it always is a great game, and it will be a great game. I think that's the big point. So I mean, I think once again, this is another one of those years where a lot of people are going to say that the odds-out favorite's going to be Alabama, but you can never count Auburn out. I feel like at the years where Auburn is like kind of considered the most underdog and the most counted out are the years where they do the crazy shit and like really fucking cause some problems for Alabama. This is a team that's firing its coach or fired its coach, so
they've got interim coach.
They literally don't have shit to lose.
Yeah, they've got interim coach Cadillac Williams, who played for them. Played in the NFL for a long time.
Motherfucking Caddy Williams, baby.
Yeah.
One of my favorite ball toting hogs that's ever came through.
Yeah.
The college football and the league.
And
just because of his name.
And I mean, a lot of people are saying, well, if he somehow pulls off this upset against Alabama, should he seriously be considered for the head coaching job?
We're also getting that same kind of conversation with Jeff Saturday, but continue.
Yeah, that's true. But he played there. If you've seen him interviewed after any of his games coaching Auburn, like, you can just see the passion just spilling out that he has for that school. It's just, it makes you want to play for him, how much he loves Auburn. Would he be a great coach for them? I don't know. I mean, he doesn't have any real Power 5 coordinating or experience, coaching experience prior to being named the interim. I mean, I don't know.
But once again, just like Jeff Saturday, legendary player.
I mean,
and I think that speaks in its own right. Not that it always, because we all know it doesn't always directly translate into coaching ability. That has been proven by plenty of people. But it also can't, like, those people have to understand the game at a certain level to get as good as they got playing. And if if you get it, if you do the right things, that knowledge can be very useful and create very successful coaches. But I no matter if he continues as the head coach or what, I do think they should keep him on their staff.
Oh, 100% they should.
Yeah, no doubt that he's going to stay on staff.
Yeah.
Maybe even something as high as like a run game coordinator. Mm-hmm. I think that would maybe, if they don't want to keep him as head. Now listen, if he has some success, I mean, who knows? Maybe Kiffin does come to Alabama. To Auburn. Sorry. Well, I mean, he would be coming to Alabama.
He would. You're right.
If he went to Auburn. So I didn't. Anyways, I'm just trying to. Fuck you. Suck my dick.
Task failed successfully.
If they can get Lane Kiffin or someone of that caliber, maybe. But if they can't nail down someone with a already well-known reputation and name, I don't think sticking with Cadillac, at least giving him a year to actually show if he can do it or not, I don't think that will hurt them as a program or a school. I really don't.
I mean, I agree with you. I mean, Brian Harsin, he kind of just burned that program to the ground. Just being with my insider knowledge of coaching, he didn't know. He was from Boise State. He's from the Pacific Northwest. He didn't understand the culture of football in the South. He didn't know how to recruit in the South. It just was never gonna work. But I think whenever it would be a desperation hire, but at the same time, I do think Cadillac Williams would bring a kind of energy and passion that Auburn hasn't seen in a really long time, and I think that would be good for them. No matter what happens, if they don't keep him on their staff, whoever does get hired, it would be just insane.
Very bad choice.
He knows that program. He bleeds.
He knows. Yes.
He bleeds for that program. So.
And he is a beautiful recruiting tool.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean.
So, that's kind of how we feel about the Iron Bowl. It's really, Alabama's slated to win, so it's Cadillac Williams showtime. And
although,
it's his floor.
Let's be real, though. This is one of the weaker Alabama teams that we've seen in Nick Saban's era.
Yeah, but that doesn't... If Alabama was in any other conference, they would be number one still. And I'm not talking with their record. I'm talking if they were playing the people in any other conference, they'd probably still be number one.
You're probably right.
The weaker Alabama, the weakest Alabama team we've seen in a while is still stronger than fucking most of college football.
No,
and that's a goddamn
wrong.
Fact.
But
all right,
they are vulnerable. I just want to.
They are vulnerable. Yes, that is true. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So, and the reason why I wanted you to hold on to the game is because I want to cover the got come for. Together.
Oh no!
So for those of you who just haven't seen it, there's been a picture that's circulating around recently.
You have it?
And if you take the top four, it'll be in. Don't worry,
okay.
It'll be in here. Okay. If you take the current top four college football teams in the country and you put their logos together, Georgia, Ohio State, TCU, and Michigan. If you put those together, you got come. So
good.
The first one of those games that I want to cover is The Game, as you said.
Yes.
The one that's just called The Game. I think that is the most significant of the rivalries with the top five or the top four.
Yep.
Because it's the only one of those that involves two of them.
Yeah.
Michigan, Ohio State.
Number 2 versus number 3.
What are you feeling, man? How you feeling about that one?
First of all, I don't think a lot of people realize this. So, this is going to be the first time Michigan has played this game in Columbus since 2018. Because in 2020, it was supposed to be played in Columbus, but COVID shut that game down. So, It will have been 4 years since Michigan has played Ohio State in Columbus, Ohio, in the Horseshoe. I don't even know how to describe what that atmosphere is going to be like. It's going to be insane, first of all.
Yeah, I mean, a stadium like that, the Horseshoe, one of the largest stadiums, honestly, legitimately in the world.
Yeah.
But in college football, by far none. I mean, that shit's gonna be electric, dude. They might as well go and get Dwayne the Rock Johnson to fucking announce for him, like the goddamn Rams did.
Yeah.
Because that's who needs to fucking call the teams out there. The most electrifying man in the world. He needs to go to the most electrifying football game that's ever been played, and that's a fucking fact.
Yep. I mean, so, Michigan, Ohio State. Obviously, it's a huge game. Both teams struggled last week. Ohio State struggled with Maryland. The score looks, the score makes it look more like a blowout than what it actually was. They ended up winning by 13. Ohio State or Michigan needed a late field goal to beat Illinois. Now, personally, what I think happened is both teams kind of got caught looking ahead to the game. They're college kids. No matter, as a coach, I can tell you this, no matter how much you try to drill it in, like it's week to week, like focus on the week, in a game like that, they're not going to focus on the task at hand. They're going to be looking ahead. So that's most likely
what especially when you got some fucking jobbers like Maryland and Illinois.
Exactly. So they both kind of got caught looking ahead, and for good reason, because we've all been anticipating this matchup. I'm very excited about it. It's going to be the most watched college football game maybe of the season. I mean, the way I would kind of describe it is Michigan, I think their floor is higher than Ohio State's. I do think that. Now, Michigan, their running back, Blake Corum, he got hurt against Illinois. We're not sure what his status is. If he's out, that's huge because he's a huge part of Michigan's offense. He's a legitimate Heisman Trophy candidate.
Yeah. That changes. That honestly, no pun intended, changes the game.
Yes, it does. Now if he's gonna go, I do think Michigan has a much higher floor than Ohio State. But when Ohio State turns it on, dude, and we saw this against Penn State, I mean, I think they scored 3 touchdowns in under like 2 minutes. Just when they are on, they can play with they can play and beat anybody in the country. Like,
when they're firing top, it's like they put 6 rocket engines on a go-kart and let it fucking rip.
Yep.
I mean they fucking go.
I mean, I do think college football was kind of robbed of Ohio State at full strength this year because they had one of the best receivers in football, Jackson Smith and Jigba. He's going to be a first-round top 10 draft pick this year. He gets hurt against Notre Dame, he tried to go against Iowa, kind of re-injured himself. Travion Henderson, their star sophomore running back, he's been in and out of the lineup. We haven't seen them at full strength. Obviously, Marvin Harrison Jr., the son of the great Marvin Harrison, he's a stud.
Shout.
Yeah, he's a stud. We've seen that on full display the last few weeks. But when Ohio State is focused, and we know that they're always going to be focused for the game against Michigan, they fucking X out the M's. Like, they don't say Michigan, they say the team up north. Like, they fucking hate Michigan. When they're focused, I don't know if there's a team that can beat them. Like, that's honestly how good Ohio State is. When they're at their full strength. I think 100%. Georgia would probably give them the best game. But, honestly, I think it's because it's in Columbus, because the anticipation of this has been building for Ohio State fans in particular, haven't had a home game against Michigan since 2018. I do think Ohio State will get the win, but it's going to be a hell of a game. Like, I'm so excited for this game.
I mean, I think for me, it really decides on whether Blakey Boy's getting to tote the rock.
Yeah.
Because if he isn't, I mean, that was a lot of the struggle that you kind of saw them go through, and so I don't, if he's not toting the rock, especially against Ohio State, old Harbaugh is gonna have to pull some Jimmy out of his shorts and fucking show him something.
Yeah.
Or they're just not going to be. I don't think they're going to be able to keep up with what Ohio State's going to be able to produce, because no matter how good your defense is, with teams like Ohio State, how they're built, I mean, it's just hard to stop them.
Yep.
So, that one really comes down to, is Michigan going to be at full strength?
Yeah.
So the next one on the list is number 1 Georgia versus, I don't know, -60 Georgia Tech. I don't know where the fuck their rank is. They're fucking.
I can't
they're
say
somewhere
anything.
down there.
They beat Tech they beat Virginia Tech this year, so I can't.
Yeah,
I can't
Virginia Tech's ranked like -100,
Yeah,
right there
true.
with UVA,
That's
who's
true.
now dead last. I'm gonna let that one sit there.
Yep.
UVA dead last. Anyways.
Good, clean, old-fashioned hate. That's what this game is called. It's the oldest rivalry in the South.
No, that is the Hampton-Sydney versus Randolph-Macon, and don't let anyone fucking forget it. But we'll let them call this game whatever they want. It's going to be a big one, and I mean, Georgia Tech is one of those teams where even in their worst years, they really play up when they're playing someone like Georgia or Clemson. Like they tend to really show the fuck up in big games like this.
Yep.
So I don't think Georgia can sleep. I mean, in the words of Lil Wayne, there's no resting in the lead. They don't need a pillow and a blanket. And so, they've got to stay on their P's and Q's. And you say you don't think they would, but man, I mean, we also said on the last one, sometimes it's hard to look at a game in front of you when it's a pancake like fucking Georgia Tech,
Yep.
Like, because that's kind of what I know they're probably thinking, and it's fair because of how well they've played. They should pancake the shit out of Georgia Tech this weekend, but fucking they're looking ahead to the playoffs, man. Like, that's real shit for them.
Yeah, they might.
Like, they want a natty, baby. There's natties. There's an SEC championship to win and a natty bow to drink. So,
yep.
This game, there's not really much to it, just because of how lopsided it most likely will be. But I just want to give Georgia Tech the potential love, because if they pull it off, I want to be able to pull up this podcast and show it to people and be like, told you so.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And if they get the shit kicked out of them, well, I said it here too. So guess what? I'm a G.
Georgia should roll them.
Yeah, absolutely.
They should
roll them. They should roll them and smoke them.
I mean, but Georgia Tech. I mean, Georgia. They struggled with Kentucky. Kentucky's a really good program, but
yeah,
Georgia Tech, like you said, that they always play up for games like this, especially against Georgia.
Yeah, and I think it would be a little bit different if they were still running the fucking triple option, but
which is so difficult to prepare for and defend.
100%, which is, I don't know why. I mean, I know they got a new coach, and obviously that dude didn't want to run it, but that's when you have a program that's set around that shit, you should just kind of hold on to it. Anyways,
yeah.
Our last game that we want to cover for this is gonna be TCU Baylor, number 4 TCU versus Baylor.
You have it, Riley?
Oh my God, I do. We did. What I have here is 29 seconds of the ending of this game. So, TCU is down 2 points. It's 26-28.
Yes. They had scored and missed the 2-point conversion to try to tie it. So now they're down 2.
And they have a chance, just a slight fucking chance. But this is one of those moments in football where you have to be perfect.
Yep.
And so, folks, give us 29 seconds of this TCU team just being perfect.
If you're on Spotify, go watch it on YouTube.
100%.
All right, Riley.
Also, gotta love that it's set to Bitches Love Sosa.
Yes. Okay, Riley. Can I just
Yes.
kind of explain what we just watched?
Absolutely, you can. Please.
Okay, so TCU, as we said, they're down 2 points. They've got, a minute and some change left, but they have no timeouts. That's the key. They have no timeouts. So they've got to get into field goal range with no timeouts. And there's about 20 seconds left. No timeouts. They're in field goal range. And they run the ball. They don't run it to the outside to try to get out of bounds. They run the ball up the middle. So he's going to get tackled inbounds, so the clock is going to continue to run. And the clock is ticking. It's 20, 19, 18, 17, 16 seconds left. Because they don't have any timeouts, they've got to run their offense off the field, which is, as a coach, you never want to be in that situation. And they've got to run their field goal team onto the field. And all the while, the clock is still running. Okay. Now we're at 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6 seconds. And then you've got to be able to get a clean snap, clean hold, and the kicker's got to be able to drill that shit with no time left on the clock. Now, I've never seen that before in coaching. And just as a coach, I'll just say something. Every week, whenever you go over situations with your team, one of the things you always practice is, okay, we've got to run a play. We don't have timeouts left. We've got to kick a field goal to win it. You practice running the offense off the field, running your field goal team on the field while the clock is running, and then you've got to kick it. I've seen it practiced everywhere I've been. I've never seen it executed in an actual game. Because
especially not executed successfusly.
Yes. Because
I've definitely seen people try.
That is desperation mode.
Yeah.
If you don't get that, you're going to lose that game.
It. 100%.
And you're not going to make the playoff. And the fact that Sonny Dykes had enough confidence in his team and in his field goal unit to get off the field and to get on the field.
Everybody. Yeah, he had a confidence in everyone there.
He ran the ball, dude. He didn't try to throw it to the sideline to get out of bounds. He ran the ball with no timeouts left.
Yeah. Just the way that worked out, I swear they worked out that whole sequence.
Yeah.
I bet you they practiced, because that run, if you look at it, the running back is definitely trying to get to the middle of the field.
Yep.
That looks like what he's doing. So, and honestly, all I have to say is this is some of the greatest fucking coaching that has ever been presented, and situational wise,
yes,
ever been presented. Because that is a season of fucking practice.
Yes.
Coming in one fucking moment.
With your season on the line. With
the greatest season in probably school history at this point on the line.
Yep.
And a chance to put TCU on the map and get them into the college football playoffs against a Baylor squad who hasn't been necessarily the best this year, but Baylor's always a name you got to be worried about. With Randy's microwave cancer balls, run a series of plays that keeps the clock going. They get the field goal team and the fucking kicker it was like it wasn't even it was like he's done it so many fucking times it didn't even bother him, the situation.
Yeah.
It was so fucking smooth. Everything worked perfectly. So, honestly, congratulations out to that fucking team. Head to toe, the staff, the players, perfect execution on one of the hardest situations to handle in all of football.
Yes. I've never seen it done to perfection. And that's my job. I've never seen it done like that. I just still can't believe that actually happened. So congratulations to TCU. Congratulations to Sonny Dykes. That was awesome. That was just an incredible game for football fans. A hell of a game, dude. Just
sources are reporting Sonny Dykes to Auburn.
He hasn't been officially offered the job, so clearly he's been offered the job.
Auburn hasn't offered the job to anyone yet, so Sonny Dykes to Auburn's definitely happening.
Story soon. Only on the TTT.
Yeah, dude. Sources close to the TTT.
All right, Riley. What do we got next? What's the last thing we're talking about?
What is the last thing we're talking about?
Fan bases.
Oh, yes. Of course. We have to hit what is the most toxic fan bases in college football.
And Riley, show the video of what sparked this conversation.
Yeah. So I did try to find the video. I didn't actually find the video of this.
Well, then show the picture.
Yeah, I do have a picture. Okay. That's what I have. I just wanted to clarify for the folks.
Yeah. I thought it was.
So this is a photo of Texas A&M's Kyle Field.
Yes.
Just after the band performed at halftime.
They're playing UMass.
UMass. And their fans, well, my message to the fans of Texas A&M are, you a mass of shit. You toxic ass motherfuckers will pack them goddamn stands and yell every obscenity you can imagine at the opposing team. But when your team isn't doing the best, when they're having hard games where they could really use the support and energy of a crowd, you just fucking leave. And for that, I gotta say, you're some red flag waving toxic motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Just like, it's not like, a portion of the stadium is gone. Like, it's the whole stadium. There's nobody there. Like, I get it, you're pissed off at Jimbo Fisher, but don't be pissed off at Jimbo. Be pissed off at your fucking stupid ass boosters and school administration who gave him a $95 million buyout to fire his ass. That just wasn't good business. That wasn't smart negotiations at all.
Yeah, man, there's nothing like getting fired as a college football coach, baby.
Yeah.
But
that's the dream one day.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, the dream is to truly get a nice contract and get fired from it.
It's gonna be fully guaranteed. But,
yeah.
So that's...
I think...
What?
Yeah. I think this right here is something that irks my goddamn soul to the core, because it just reminds me, I mean, on a micro scale, of like my high school.
Yes.
The people that would support my high school, man, when we were good, we'd have like packed fucking crowds. But if we lost one goddamn game, like, God forbid we're down by 2 touchdowns at halftime, half the crowd's leaving.
Yep.
We lose one fucking game that season, the next game, fucking no one shows up. It used to make me so goddamn mad, dude. I was like, we lost 2 games this whole fucking season. Where are you at?
Yeah.
Like, come back home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but that's why, you do it. You don't play football for the fans. You do it for your brothers on the field.
Yo, 100%. But the fans play a part, especially when your whole, like, the persona of your fucking school is the 12 man.
Yeah.
Like the fucking, you literally made a statue to how fucking important that your stadium is to your fucking football team. And when your football team is struggling, you just don't show up. Like, you just took what you consider a crucial piece of your culture and literally walked it out the stadium.
Yep.
So, first toxic fan base that we got to roast is fucking Texas A&M.
Yeah, and there's
a bunch of jumpers.
There's gonna be more. We
have another one that we wanted to talk about. I wanted to shit on Notre Dame because I'm still salty that they beat Clemson. Honestly, that's the real reason. But Notre Dame's fan bases, you pieces of shit, you fucking kitty touchers. I know what you are. I know what you believe in. I mean, you can't tell me You can't tell me them little leprechauns don't say some obscenities. They're good Catholic folks. They drop the N-word when they need to. And that's specifically directed at any African-American football player that isn't doing what they need them to do.
Yeah.
And they're not even a school in the South.
That's true. That is very true. For me, get your mustard bottles ready, boys. We're talking about, you know who I'm talking about. Tennessee fans. I get it, you beat Alabama this year. You got shit on by Georgia, and then you get shit on by a mediocre South Carolina team. Like, Shane Beamer's building something special there. Like, I agree with that, but you got shit on. You gave up 63 points to South Carolina. Now,
hey, their quarterback did tear his ACL.
He did,
But that is still no excuse for getting rattled by Rattler.
Yeah. No. I mean, Tennessee fans, like, to me, you are the epitome of what is wrong with college football. Like, against Ole Miss last year, if you haven't seen it, go look at it. Just Google Ole Miss Tennessee 2021 ending. Tennessee fans are literally throwing mustard bottles and golf balls at their own team because they were so pissed off. You don't do that. They were throwing them at their own cheerleaders. The cheerleaders had to have, the signs that they hold up? They had to have them, they had to have them over their heads.
They needed shields.
Yes.
They needed fucking shields.
To protect
them.
The
cheerleaders needed shields from their own fans.
Yes. And, bro, first of all, who the fuck brings mustard bottles to football games? What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing, Tennessee? Bro, no. I just... Yeah. And, I mean, I don't care how pissed off you are at the referees or, whatever. Tennessee fans blame the refs after that game. But I don't care how pissed off you are at the refs. You don't throw golf balls and mustard bottles and beer bottles and shit like that at your own team and at your own cheerleaders. That is just so toxic. That's just...
Yeah.
I mean, I cannot stand Tennessee fans.
Damn, Preston.
What?
So much Tennessee hate coming in this moment. I feel like you're about to go adopt a homeless black kid and make him an NFL left tackle.
That's true.
And I hope that joke didn't blindside you.
Oh, that was so great, dude. Oh, that was powerful. We have to end it there, dude. We have to.
You're so right. We have to end it there, folks. We're so glad you came and joined us in this edition of the Trash Talk Tailgate. I hope we kept you entertained. Are you not entertained? And we hope you come back again. I'm Riley. That's Preston. We wish you a wonderful day. Peace.
Yep.